I'm putting some Molag Bal on. I'm gonna start calling. Bolognese Molag Bal. He's like the god of domination from Oblivion and stuff. Basement. I put headphones on. I quite like wearing headphones by the way. More immersive. Oh, what's his name? Sorry, I just heard his name. Oh shit! Yeah, is he the clown one? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't actually know anything about the clown one, but like, I just saw a video. I saw, that biographics guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he done a video on him.
I mean, he's not like a clown killer. It's just that he
He used to be a clown or whatever, the profession.
No, I mean, like he had other businesses, but he did like to be a clown, I guess.
Freak. Shut up. You're going to make Angel surprise. There's not loads of stuff left, so you're going to have to enjoy having mainly pasta. And I tried to give you more spaghetti than the stuff that I've got, gentlemen. Chili. Yeah, I did that to make up for the lack of actual bolognese. I think we should batch cook more, because this has lasted us 3 days essentially. And how much did it cost? For the bag of corn mince was like €2, wasn't it? €2. The veg is, let's say, 40p between all the veg. Well, how much is an onion? An onion's like 10p. A carrot is like what, like 20p? And then chopped tomatoes are about what, 40p a can? The cheap one. So £2, £3. Let's say, for argument's sake, £3.50, £4, and then divide that by 3 because it will last for 3 days roughly, and then divide it by 2 because there's 2 of us. Is it actually that cheap? Is that too good to be true? The pasta is probably, how much is a bag of spaghetti? Like £1.
Yeah, that one is
Maybe we should just do it every day. It's got a lot of nutrients in it as well. Well, I say nutrient, like the veg and stuff, because at least it's got veg in it. Yeah, definitely, let's go for bolognese more. And it's fucking nice. Oh, and then the cheese as well. Cheese is kind of
overall.
expensive. We should batch cook more, definitely. And that was only 1 bag of corn mince as well.
I'm surprised because I didn't think that would be enough.
When you fill it out with the veg and the tomato and stuff, it kind of bulks it a bit.
Who's found 33 bodies in his face is insane. You can't kill and hide that many people. It's insane.
You're insane for killing those people, but I suppose that's just...
It's like
definition of insanity?
I don't know.
I bet you'll just get that Far Cry 3 trailer pop
Oh
up.
my god, no. Yeah.
Is that what happened? How comes it?
No, it. You never said that. Albert Einstein?
Oh, like doing the same thing over and
Yeah.
over. Yeah, I didn't know that. Actually, yeah. He was so disappointing in the actual game, that guy.
I remember that so clearly. Which one was that?
That was Far Cry 3. But it's like, I don't understand why everybody saw that trailer. Like, why? Why did everybody see that trailer?
I think it's the first one of the game.
It's a good game.
To show me, so you showed me the trailer.
It's quite a good game. It's pretty good. And for its time, it was very good. For its time, it was very good. But yeah, that guy in the trailer plays a really disappointing part in the game. He's not in it as much as you want him to be, and he dies. You kill him at like the halfway point, but then he kind of comes back in your brain, and then it's sort of like. What I was really hoping would happen was he would be actually like, it would be like a fucking Fight Club thing where he was actually you. I was hoping that that's what would happen, but then nothing came of it, and I was like, what? I was hoping it would be some sort of Fight Club thing where it turns out that guy is you or something, and he's always talking about like, insanity and all this sort of shit, and then nothing happens. It's like, what? And then this really like run-of-the-mill villain steps in, who's like the big man, and he's like really boring. Big English man.
Yeah, like Hannibal Lecter is not insane.
I don't know, did we find out what the definition was yet?
No, because when I typed in definition of insanity, all I wanted was just a million articles about that one quote.
Okay. Yeah, that's annoying.
This one is not very descriptive, just says state of being seriously mentally madness.
Yeah, well in that case it's like, yeah, you can do those things and not be mentally ill. You can have bad morals.
No, don't get me wrong.
Having bad morals is not the same as being mentally ill.
And also, being a psychopath or a sociopath or evil is also not the same as being insane. Like, I wouldn't describe... Like, Hannibal Lecter isn't mad, is he? He's not raving mad. He's a complete psychopath. But a clever, clever one.
Mad.
Oh, gee. Yeah, mate. Hey, terribly sorry. Are you here as a customer? I must apologise. I'm afraid I've very little to offer.
I think, like, in the eyes of the law as well, if you want to make an insanity plea, means that you're not on like a fit state of mind to understand like, the verdict and like what you were doing and stuff like that, which I don't.
Yeah,
think
in that sense, yeah, in that sense, I agree.
Right. John Gacy was trying to act up that like sort of acting like he didn't really remember whether he did the murders or not. Which
Yeah,
he
they.
made a book about like law, like court proceedings and stuff. And found
Yeah,
out about that.
if you play the system, that's the most fucked up thing about the law. You can get away with all sorts of crazy shit if you play your cards right, which is ridiculous because it's almost like treating justice like a game.
Yeah.
It's almost like it turns it into a game, which it absolutely should not ever be. Any films you'd like to watch? Yeah. Is it good?
It's like off the back series, not there, but you know.
No, it's a good film. It's a good film.
Matthew McConaughey's really good in it.
He looks pretty good in it. Well, he doesn't look good in it, but he does look. He's in it.
Oh my god, you know, I don't even remember where he was on for that. He was as an actual person.
Yeah. What about that one as well? That Christian Bale did for that crackhead one or whatever that. Oh, is that what that's called? I've seen a bit from that film, but I haven't actually seen it.
I did watch it. Oh, things like that just make you feel in pain. Like, you just, he's like an insomniac. Just can't sleep. And oh, he's just so tired. Is that right? I don't remember. He's ill anyway, yeah. I just, movies like that, I'm just like, oh my god. And like Fight Club as well, the way he's so tired all the time. Like,
Who? The guy in Fight Club?
yeah.
Yeah, Christian Bale's not in it, is he?
No, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, he looked. I want to rewatch that film.
it's just like something that oh god, I can't imagine all the time. It's so tired.
No, I mean, do you know what? I actually start feeling so unwell when I'm tired. So,
Yeah,
and not just unwell. Like, I honestly feel like I'm gonna die. And that's just like if I go one day, like if I don't sleep well one evening.
yeah. I remember how I used to just staying up from uni and that, they were just like, if I was like that every day, I wouldn't want to live. It's just, but
Well, it does do things to your brain, doesn't it?
it's just horrible. Anyway, what was I saying?
There's a lot of birds fighting.
Yeah, but anyway, Matthew McConaughey, there's so much weight for that.
My God, how many fucking birds? That brawl going on.
Got Jared Leto in there. The thing is, most movies with Jared Leto in it's not really that good. Like Joker, the Joker in Suicide Squad.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in this, he's actually mega good.
Cool.
He plays like a trans woman.
Cool.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's interesting, actually. It's true.
So he like killed like 30 people. How do you even get away with killing 33 people?
Because I didn't notice them going quite a lot of them were
Like homelessy sort of people, or like.
gay sex workers. Some of that fun. Yeah, all of these victims were men. Well, men, and I say men, lots of them are boys as well.
Not great, but you know, give the women a break, I guess.
Yeah, have Ted Bundy prowling at the same time. God damn, with like half the population of women in America. Female serial killers. Right, well, what? Oh, I can't believe people, like a single person, can take that many lives. Why Ted Bundy is John Gacy, that's more than 70 people.
I know.
Like, that's an insane amount of people. What's the amount of people at an average wedding? Like, a thousand, that many people killed by just 2 men. Horrible. Oh. Well, why is that the decade of serial killers?
Yeah, do you know what? I don't. It just seems a lot murderier back then. Was it before DNA testing and stuff?
Yeah, maybe, but like why is that?
Why then?
That
Yeah.
trying to send me a second Dharma.
Yeah, I don't know why. Was it like 70s or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually thought that was. I have thought that myself. Like, why then? What was going on in society that was causing that shit to happen then? It's like when my mum and dad were kids, you know. Well, I say kids, like, you know, yeah, they were. Well, yeah, they were pretty much kids. Was that in the 70s? No. Yeah, what was going on in the 70s? I do find that baffling as well. I mean, maybe there was. I don't know. Why not the 60s? Why not the 50s? Maybe there's a chance there was shit like that going on in the 60s, but there just wasn't as much record of it. I don't know.
Start in the 60s, and then they were caught in the 70s.
Right. Alright, then what was going on? To be fair then, I suppose if you think of it like that, then in the 50s you're talking, like, that's sort of, you know, everyone's still recovering from the war and stuff. So that could have had a part to do with it.
All the, like, kids born during the war,
Yeah, it's like they couldn't get enough bloodshed. And when you think about back in like the early, like 19th century or whatever, yeah, people. Oh, fuck's sake. I mean, there were 2 wars in the first part of the 19th century, man. Big ones. World Wars, in fact. Thing is, right, you know World War One, it's called World War One, right? It seems way less World War-y than World War Two. Because World War Two had like Japan fighting in it, but like World War One sort of seemed more like more sort of like confined to Europe. Yeah, weird, isn't it? I mean, maybe there were other countries involved in World War Two, World War One, but the reason why I always think it's not even an entire it's not like an even all-encompassing idea, but in my brain I'm like Japan, and actually was Russia playing a part in World War One? Sort of was, but not really, right? I think it was, but they didn't really have much of a military force then, so they couldn't do much. But, yeah, but the way I look at it is like Japan fighting America, therefore World War II is World War, you know? Whereas World War One, I think to myself, what was Japan doing during World War One? Like, you know, because Japan is one of the big players in. It's kind of weird, but America being the big, massive dicks that they are by dropping a bomb on Japan has made them one of the coolest countries ever. Can you believe that? Because then they became super obsessed with like peace and stuff. Having the bomb dropped on them was the best thing that happened. I am, of course, only kidding. But all the stuff, like the reason Japan now is like one of the world's superpowers is probably because of that. And they renounced their army and everything. Like like Japan, even today, I don't think has a standing army. They rely on other countries, and they've got like small task forces, but they don't have an army. It's not allowed to bear arms. I think that might have been in like terms of World War II or something. And they also don't like China very much. Not many. I find that so sad because I used to love, like, I used to really think China was super cool when I was younger because, you know, they've got so much cool culture. And it's hard to judge, like, it's China the biggest population in the world, like in terms of country. it's not. You can't. It's completely for the country that has the biggest population. You got to think to yourself like, not you, like. In a way, we're the minority. Well, we are technically the minority. Not that, but that in my mind that doesn't make our opinions any more valid than them. But oh, it's tiny. And there's I don't understand that. We're just seen as having better education here for some reason, even though it's kind of bullshit. Like realistically, it's bullshit. Like, I think a lot of the education is quite bullshit. I would say like comparatively, it's probably easier to get into colleges and stuff here, maybe because there's more of them. I don't know. Why we are sort of like people use us primarily for our like foreigners. Primarily use us for our education and the thing is, what pisses me off, one thing that kind of pisses me off a little bit about it is if I was ever to move to Asia, I would be basically treated as a second-class citizen because I don't have a degree. But then some dumbass cunt who's like, I don't know, Tara, who's done like a media degree, just because they didn't know what else to do, would receive higher pay than me just because of prejudice reasons, not because of actual capabilities and stuff. But over there, they're very like they're obsessed with like having like the credentials, which I find baffling because I don't know. In that sense, we're kind of like the barbarians. But I think to myself, it just I don't know. When you analyse education in so many ways, it is like kind of ridiculous, like, kind of stupid. It's good in a lot of ways, but I think you achieve more in I don't know. Why is that? Yeah, they've got good education. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, if I had absolutely nothing else to do in my life, I would be trying. Wouldn't. Like, if I had nothing else, I don't know. If I had really nothing else to do in my life, I would probably try and get a degree because in England, just because it seems quite easy to just enroll and stuff, But I don't know. I think the overall, the overall price that you pay for putting yourself in someone else's pocket isn't very good. And with the prices of education as well, it's just like, what? I think the reason as well why foreign students come in to do it, because when you move abroad, your fees are waived, I'm pretty sure. So what's the disadvantage of coming here, studying at uni, moving abroad? Oh, the system confuses me. Can't you come here, enroll, get a course, and then leave the country and then never have to pay it back?
I don't think that works with foreign students. They come to this country anyway. So I don't think they can just come here, get a full education, and
we're not getting a free education.
No, I'm just saying, like, it doesn't work like that for foreign students.
No.
Once you're a UK student,
Yeah.
and then that's the, you're already a foreign student. You'll have the debt no matter your background.
Yeah, and probably as well with foreign students, I feel like they don't actually come. Well, no, they must come here to study though, because the Chinese and stuff do. But it's more common to have them here on like a gap year or whatever, you know. It's more common to have them here on a gap year and stuff. But no, they definitely still do come to do their full degree here because, yeah, I mean, look at all the Chinese in our education system. I'd honestly say like half of our unis are filled with Chinese students, and I don't even think that's a fucking exaggeration, really. I mean, you probably know better than I do, but there's a pretty big margin of Chinese, right, in our education system, right? Like, why? Why not China? If they don't, and this is another thing I don't understand, like China are obsessed with like hiding knowledge from people. Do you know what I mean? Like they're obsessed with like not having outside influences, like teaching your students and like teaching their people, you know. So why would they be so comfortable sending people off to England to learn? You think that China would limit that though, right? Because they're obsessed with doing things like stopping people from doing things. You can't, what? Yeah. But you can't, I just can't just say one thing. But you can't, but you can't look at Winnie the Pooh in China, but you can send your kid off. Do you know, I just think it's weird, the restriction. You take the piss out of me. Please don't. I'm only kidding, I'm joking as well. I'm only joking.
Yes, so anyway, what I think.
I thought you meant before we watch something.
No, I mean,
Yeah. His head. I am the knight who says knee. Oh, it only splurts out in front of him. Silent Beamer.